Hi Girl Scouts, this is Kathy Reisenweber, After School Program Facilitator with the Girl Scouts of Western New York. And today we are going to make DIY paper flowers. Actually paper tissue flowers. Tissue paper flowers is what we're doing. So this is a good time to make them. We're in April and spring is not quite here. Mother Nature does not sure. So, and these flowers never wilt either. So this is a good thing to do for Mother's Day, to give to your mom, grandparents, neighbors, even to hang in your room if you wanted to. So this is a really nice craft. So the supplies that you need for today is going to be 2 sheets of tissue paper. They could be the same color. They can be 2 different colors like I have here. So you decide, and 2 pieces of tissue paper makes 1 flower. So if you wanted to make a bouquet of flowers, you're going to need more tissue paper than that. You will also need, and these are varies on your supply list. You definitely need scissors. So again, if you're using scissors, make sure you talk to your mom or dad that you're using safety there. But you can use pipe cleaners if you have. If you don't have pipe cleaners, that's okay. Use what you have. Maybe you have tape at home. Maybe you have a stapler. So we need something, one of those items, so we can adhere the paper flower in the middle. So string, even if you have ribbon, anything that you have, you can use. Okay. Then at the end, you can use a popsicle stick or a skewer, something like that, if you wanted to make it as the stem. So tissue paper can be a little bit different. My tissue paper is perfectly square. So I am going to fold my paper so I have them lined up together. If it's a little uneven when you fold it, that's okay. It's really not going to affect the end result of it. I'm going to fold it in half. Just like that. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. Okay. Now, to tell if your tissue paper is square or not, you're going to take the end that has that crease. And you're going to take it and you're going to bring it to the corner. If it's a perfect triangle, like this, and I have a little, but that's because I didn't fold it properly, but that's okay. It's not perfectly even. But if you have a pretty big gap there, then that's the part you want to cut off. Okay? Some tissue papers, depending what you have, could be even, it's square like mine, or maybe it's not. So that step, like mine, I don't need to cut any extra off. You may have to at that point. Then I'm going to unfold that so it's not the triangle anymore, so it's the square. And then what we're going to do is, you can see that we have all these open pieces, so I can count my tissue paper. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which again, we folded it and we had 2 pieces of paper. We folded it once and we folded it again. We get 8 pieces. So the pieces, the ends that are creased, and you have 2 ends of those, you're going to take your scissors, and when you do this, it may come apart that you may have to do each one individually, but you're going to get your scissors in there and you're going to cut along those seams. Because what we want to end up happening is, we want 8 individual squares of paper. Okay? So you're just going to put those scissors right in there. So you can see there's the fold. And put your scissors in there. Just like that. And I'm going to put it down so my hands are not in the way of the scissors. And then I'm just going to cut. And you're going to make it, as even, as close as possible. Like I said, when you're doing this, when the end result happens, if it's a little uneven, like mine is going to be, and I know that because I'm not perfect, it's still going to look like a beautiful flower. Okay, so that's one end. Then I still have this end that's still sealed, and I want to get my scissors in there, and I want to cut that. And you could open it up if you want it and cut this way. And then you're going to put them together if you did that. And then you're just going to make sure that they're separate. So there should be 8 pieces of tissue paper. None of them are connected now. Okay. You're going to keep it in the square. You're going to keep them all stacked together. This part's important. You're not going to do these separate. This is going to just make one flower. So you want all these layers because those are going to be the petals. And the more petals, the fluffier it's going to be. If you wanted a smaller flower, you could cut this down and make it a smaller flower, have a smaller square, and have it that way. So you'll see the size of this one, and you can experiment, and that's the fun of this, is you can use different colors, different size squares to see you have big ones and small ones. So now that you have this, we're going to make a fan. So I know I used to make these fans when I was a kid, and my daughter has as well. So the way you make a fan is you're going to fold up one end, and I'm using the end closest to me, maybe about 1/4 inch. And I'm going to crease that down, so all papers together. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Fold it down. Then I'm going to flip it over so I can't see that fold anymore. Then I'm going to bring that lip up again that's facing me until I see the piece that I folded. And I'm just going to fold it so it's this next piece up, so it's the same size as the one I just folded. Okay, and I'll show that to you there. So you can see that the same size. Okay, then you're going to flip it over again and fold this one up. So you see the end of those pieces that you flip from the other side, they're all going to be the same size, and then you press it down. Flip it over again, and you do the same thing. Bring it up, fold it down. Bring it up, fold it, flip it over again. Bring it up again, and press down. And we're going to keep doing this, flipping over and bringing it up until we're at the end of our paper. Now, if you've done this before, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I get to the end could be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller than the rest of them. That's okay. Don't worry about it if that happens. Okay, so now you can see I have like a little fan. I can fan myself. Okay, but you're going to keep it together. And at this point, right here in the middle, is where, depending on what you have on hand. So if you had the tape, you can tape that in the middle. If you had ribbon, you can tie it in the middle. If you had a pipe cleaner, which I did have a pipe cleaner, and I dropped it. And here's my pipe cleaner. I'm gonna use my pipe cleaner and put this in the middle. So ribbon, pipe cleaner, tape, stapler, right in the center of your fan. Okay? And you want it a little bit tight, not too tight, but just so it stays together. And I'm just going around. Okay, so you can see my fan and my pipe cleaner is down. Then this is the fun part. Okay, be very careful with this because it is tissue paper and it can rip easily. So you're going to fan these out and you're just going to lift these up. Actually, I forgot one piece. Since we're still here, this is okay. We're going to make it back into our fan. So bring it back together. At the end here, you could do that. You could leave it as that and it would just be a rough edge. But you can cut these ends. Okay, so if you wanted to leave it and you already left it and you're like, I already started doing it, that's fine. But how you cut these ends will depend on the type of flower it's going to look like. So if you already did, like I said, it's still going to look pretty like a flower, but I can make this into an oval or like a circle, I should say. And this you may need help from an adult because there's so many layers here it's hard to cut, even for me. Okay, so that's kind of my little bit of circle. It's not even very straight, but it works. And then I can do the other side. You can make them into a point, and that will be a different shape for a flower. When I was a kid, back when I was a kid, we had toilet paper, which I know there's, whole shortage going on, but when I was a kid, the toilet paper used to be in different colors. We had pinks and blues and greens, and they were pastel colors. So my sister and I, we would take the toilet paper and we would open all the different colors, and we would take the sheets, because they were like single sheets, and we would make small flowers out of the toilet paper. And my mom would always go, "Where's the toilet paper?" And we would laugh because we would have them making flowers out of them. Okay, so now I can open these up, and I'm just going to be careful and just bring them up one by one. And again, just be careful. And because I have two different colors here, you're going to see the different shades. And you're going to do this to both sides. And just be careful when you get to the middle when you're bringing it up, because you don't want to rip it. If you happen to rip one, you can kind of hide it with some of the other petals that you have. Okay? And then I'm going to grab the other side, and I'm going to slowly lift each tissue paper to make it a flower. And then once they're all up, we can look at that and see if it needs any more fluffing. Now, I know this would be a great thing to hang on your wall in your bedroom. Make a few of these and give to your mom for Mother's Day, which is coming up. Or just give someone flowers just because. Who doesn't like to get flowers? Especially if someone's allergic to flowers, this is a great way to give them flowers. Okay, so it's all open. Then I'm just going to hold it at the bottom here and kind of bring them up and kind of just fluff it up. And there is my flower. And I could hang this. I can string ribbon or twine, and I can have a whole string of them and hang them all in my room like a garland. I can have a few of these and I can put them in a vase. Or I can have a few of them and wrap all the pipe cleaners together. Or I can have popsicle sticks for a stem. But these are your DIY flowers. And this one's Girl Scout Green. So I hope you have fun doing this and have fun making your flowers. And until I see you next time, spread some Girl Scout love. Thanks.